Great Scott. Great Scott. Great Scott.
Hello everyone, welcome to Great Scott. I'm Scotty V and it's good to see you. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about the animated series Superman, starring Tim Daly as the voice of Superman. The reason it's come up recently is that with the new Doom movie coming out shortly that seems to focus on Batman's ability to be overconfident and to be able to take out every member of the Justice League, it was mentioned that George Newbern would be returning in the next film, and that people were torn on the issue as to whether they preferred Tim Daly or whether they preferred George Newbern. Daly was a member of the animated series Superman cast. He played Superman for the, I think it was 3 seasons that show was on. And then when the Justice League came about, the story is that Tim Daly was so busy with The Fugitive that he was unable to resume his duties as Superman, and so they cast George Newbern, whom some say has a similar voice to Daly, but for my personal taste, nobody can really top Daly's performance. Part of that was that I loved the Superman animated series. I thought it was so in-depth. I thought they went into so many different characters, and I thought that Daly portrayed the Man of Steel with confidence, but also with a gentle care and also with enough authority when necessary that people were intimidated enough by him without him being particularly wooden or scary or like Batman or whatever. I think that when George Newbern took over, and it's to no fault of his own, he had some large red boots to fill, and it took him a while, a few seasons. And also the writing on the Justice League in the early years for Superman was not particularly well received by Superman fans because it seemed that everything short of a bird seed to the head would take Superman out of the battle, and then the rest of the Justice League would take over, usually Batman. And so it was easy to have a problem with the Superman on that series. They did improve as it went on, and I think George Newbern also got a little more emotional and a little more excited as time went on. But I wanted to defend Tim Daly as well because he's going to be in the Doom cartoon, and I'm looking very forward to that. He was in the Superman Batman Public Enemies, and he was also in the Apocalypse Superman Batman movie that came out. And I think he does a great job, and I look forward to it every time he shows up. It had come to my attention that some people were under the impression that he shirked his Superman responsibility or said, well, I got more important things to do than cartoons, so I'm not going to do Superman anymore. And that's not the case. As an actor myself, albeit not a particularly successful one, I know that when you get the opportunity of what some might consider a lifetime to be the star of your own series, a reboot of a popular show, and then that was made into a movie, The Fugitive, and now it's going to be a new weekly series, and you've been tapped to be the lead, you jump at it, and you take every opportunity to take it, and you are excited and happy, and you put all that you can into that role, hoping that it will be a success and hoping that it will last. In this case, the show didn't take off, and it was canceled, and it's unfortunate for we as fans of Tim Daly's Superman that he was unable to do Superman at that time, and it's unfortunate for him as well, because then he would have had work as the animated Superman throughout the entire run of the Justice League series as well as Justice League Unlimited. And I know, believe me, that as an actor, a working actor, Tim Daly works constantly, but he's not a superstar. He's not a Tom Cruise caliber. He hasn't had the film career or even the television career that some other actors have had, but he's had decent enough success that that's what he does as his job, and he's going to take every job that he's able to take. If he can take the animated Superman and do the starring role in a series, he'll do that. Now, I think what ended up happening was he was so tasked and so needed on the set of The Fugitive that he was unable to do it. His duties as the star of that show ended up overtaking his ability to do the animated version on the Justice League. In fact, he was signed to do it. He had actually gone in for a few recording sessions, and then it turned out that his responsibilities on the television show were too much, and he had to bow out. He was disappointed about it, as I'm sure we all would be if we had that opportunity. Thanks, everybody, for watching. I love Superman the Animated Series. If you haven't watched it, check it out. And remember, always look up in the sky.